What is up, everybody? Hopefully you're having a freaking awesome day today so far. Apologize for being a little bit behind. Just finished up with a meeting and I just cannot shut my yap. So going to give you guys a minute or so to hop on, get things going. Today's going to be a nice, quick, concise training. I'm going to show you a couple things, some updates that I'm working on, that I've been working on all freaking day. Actually, been working on it all freaking day. And come up with almost nothing, which is phenomenal. But if you are here, make sure you type live, hashtag live down below so I know you're live. If you're watching on the replay, type hashtag replay. That would be sick so that I know you're on the replay, or if you're on the live, both are fantastic options if you're here on FB. Now, if you're on the YouTube, you can still write that as well. That way I know who's all watching, well, where, why, and how, all that good stuff. Okay. Anyways, let me pull up my prezzo for today. It's interesting. I love the serendipity sometimes of things that just go down with how a program works. Just was meeting with somebody that was literally experiencing the problems that we're talking about today, which is really cool. And so it makes it fun when we are experiencing those things. So we can go over it. Went over it with her. I can't shut my yap. And so we're going to go over it again, which is really cool, and get things rolling. So without further ado, let me share my screen. Oh, there's slides on here now. Fancy. And there's even a preview of what's showing. These guys are doing big things. Love StreamYard. All righty. Let me put this up on a different screen so that it's not so I don't have to look at 8 different places for my stuff. All right. So we're going to go over. Let's see. Can I put myself down here? How's this look? I like that better. Can I move it? I wonder if I can move it. Can I go to like that? Whatever. All right. So Momentum Monday, we're talking about today. Well, I don't like that. Where'd it go? Let's go with that one. I like that better. Rolling with the punches. Okay, that's today's topic. It's being comfortable, being uncomfortable. Okay. First off, before we get rolling, write your weekly wins down below. Write those weekly wins. I'm going to type mine in so that we are all good to go. Who's showing up here? Molly's in the house. Who's in the house with me? Let me see. All right. Kelsey's here. Nice. All right. Weekly wins. I went. Okay. Got to spend some time with my kids this weekend. Mama was sick, and I got a little ill. Not feeling good. Feel good today, except that I ate my normal serving of food after having a little bit of a bug on Friday. Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. But we are here. That's my win. I want to see one more win. One more win. Let's see it. A weekly win. I know Kelsey's got some wins. She's on fire right now. She's kicking butt and taking some names. Big time. Big time. Uh-oh. It says the internet's going goofy. My son's soccer team won their tournament. That's freaking awesome. Heck yeah. Love winning. I love soccer. I played that forever. I remember. Oh, yeah. I remember, son. That was fun. Hopefully he didn't play against his other team. That would really stink. Because that would not be fun. Him playing the blue team when he wants to play in the purple team or something like that. That would stink. Going to school like that would be really hard. Awesome. And so again, Save Our Allies. That's our charity that we are playing with this holiday season. Yeah, anyway, I'm getting the order for last month coming in. I'm going to order it today. We got 10 pairs of shoes for kids for last month, and we're already at 5 so far for this month, which is pretty freaking good. Yeah, it's pretty awesome to have 5 already in December. Great freaking job. That's shoes for kids in winter, which is awesome. So again, if you have friends, know anybody who might need some help this holiday season, hey, this is the program. This is the thing to help not only them, but we're helping charity as well. And Save Our Allies is a fantastic, fantastic charity. Updates. Here's what I've been working on today. I just want to show you guys something. I literally had 2 appointments all day. 2. That's it that I've been working on. And I have been at this for 8 hours. And it's like, have you really been doing it for 8 hours? Yeah, dude, I've been doing this for 8 hours straight today. Not straight. I had an hour lunch, but I've been doing it for 8 hours, and it's I'm trying to solve one problem. Have any of you guys ever tried to do some web stuff and you have one problem you're trying to solve and you cannot solve that problem? It is so freaking obnoxious. So I tried. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. And since you guys are here, I guess I'll ask you, because you're here, what we should do. Okay, so this is what I have going. Okay, we will, because for things that I think you guys have already seen, we're going to be moving all of our group stuff into its own platform. Okay, big reasons why. Reason number 1 is that I'm getting throttled by all of the overlords where we're sharing one of these. Okay, I don't know how much I think they do have their subtitle stuff going, so I don't want to say what it is. But hopefully this isn't coming across as like, oh, Chris, it's because what you say isn't really relative. No, I think it really is relative to people, and I think people really need to hear it. And it's not just me being egotistical about it. I'll make a video. I'll usually make a video once a day on Facebook. And I used to get, and I've got analytics to show it, I used to get about 150 to 200 people viewing the video, meaning they actually saw the dang thing. And it ran for at least, I think, 3 seconds. I would share that, and 200 people would see it. Now I get like 10 or 12. And what that means for you is that when I post something in the group, you hardly see it. And although I would love every single day to message everybody individually, there's like 70 people in the program, 75 last time I checked. Actually, somebody joined today, 76 people in the program. And so for me to manually text everybody, it would take all freaking day to do. And I can do some automations and things. And I have an admin, but even then the messages for whatever reason either aren't getting responded to, or they're not getting checked, or whatever. I don't know. I know iPhone now has a setting to where it goes to the junk folder when you get a message from a number you don't recognize. I don't know if it's all leading there. Either way, it's been a big pain in the butt. And so I'm creating my own little place that we can play in, and it'll look like this. Now, there's only one caveat with this. 2, really. 2 things. Okay. First thing is, this is the hub. Okay, on here. Not sure why it's showing it so big. We'll fix that later. Okay, but it's got, hey, look at Amanda Ferguson being a sneaky sneak. Already found something on here, right? She already been posting stuff. She already got a profile set up, all that. Okay, but it has members. It's got Zoom. It's got discussions. It's got our little forum in here. It's got all the goodies that you could want with our stuff. Okay. It also has Messenger too. So all of your messages will be showing up in here. Look at professional snooper, huh? So everything will be shown in here, which is cool. And you'll be able to see it on your app in real time when I message you, which is really freaking awesome. All the links in here will be the same. It just has our own little platform on here. Okay. Now I could do this and I could keep it in here. Could keep it right on there, run perfectly. It'd be sweet. Or option number 2, and I'm totally fine with this. The main reason I want to have a channel where we can all communicate is because I want to get it to you. And it's very frustrating for me when messages don't get to you. Even through Facebook Messenger, it doesn't. I sent out 3 messages today, none of them went through. It's freaking annoying. Or we can do the site as it is, totally cool, I don't care, but we move all our communication, including our group, onto Voxer. Okay, I can't keep it in the group on Facebook much longer because, again, no one's seeing this stuff. Even today, with the training from I posted yesterday, there's like 34 people out of 60 something that's on the group. That sucks, man. Half the people saw it. And this is a training a lot of people need. So the caveat with this is that until it becomes an app, which I got to find the way to make it an app, which takes a long time and a bunch of capital, a bunch of money, there won't be notifications for messages. If we move to the another system that we've used in the past called Voxer, you'll get a message every single time I message you. So which one of those do you think would be best? You let me know. Let me know in the comments below. That way we're all clear. Because I'd love to. I would love to get messages to people. It is just very, very frustrating when Facebook doesn't let messages go through. No one sees my stuff. And yeah, I can't get anything out. It's very annoying and it's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. I've been working on trying to find a way to make it notify you. There's a couple paths that I see, but none of them fill all the gaps that I want. I want to be able to message you right away. I want you to be able to hear it and see it. I want you to be able to communicate through text or voice, and I want to be able to put links in it. And so there's been some that do 1 or 2, but not all 3. And Voxer does all 3. This does 2 of them. It doesn't do the voice. But it is housed in one thing. So that's where like the positive kind of goes in there. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. If I'd love your input. I'll really get an idea and make a final decision here in the next little bit. But I know we need to move. It's just a matter of which one we need to move to. So with that being said, let's get on with the dang training. Today's training is huge. It's going to be a good one. Today's training is going to be on how we can roll with the punches. Because if there's one thing that's super duper true, I just received a set where I would select to be notified when you go live on Facebook. Each person has to select that. Thank you. And I see that, and it says there's a way to do more or less, but oftentimes people don't see it, and it goes right through it. Appreciate that though, because there's like whenever my wife sends she posts something, it's on my favorites, so I can see it automatically. But it's like an additional step that you have to do. And it's freaking annoying. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work. So it's always this little game that we have to play. It's obnoxious, okay? But change is inevitable. And as a great example, like look at the last 20 years. Stock market. Y'all remember 2008? Was there change there? Yes or no? Yeah, big change, right? Cryptocurrency. Goodness sakes. Do any of you guys have money in cryptocurrency right now? I lost half my investment in like a week. I'm holding on. You know what I mean? I know it's going to go up. But I'm holding on. I'm like, whoo, dang, dude. Dang, man. Like half of it gone in a week. Gnarly. The economy. I mean, 2008 was great. 2016 was great. 17 great. 18 great. 19 great. 20 pretty good. 21 or 2019 not so okay. 2020 woo, kind of cliffy, a little bit sketch. 21 now looking much better, right? Not looking much better. Music, how has music changed? I mean, goodness. We went 20 years ago, we went from rap that you can understand what they're saying to now mumble rap. We went from, no island boys to island boys, if you know what I'm saying. Don't look it up. It'll make your head burn. Okay, so don't look it up. And things that you can't say anymore. That was totally cool 5 minutes ago, but now you can't, right? Things are constantly changing all the time. And by the way, things you can't say despite intent. That's the real thing, right? But although things change, for you, answer this question below. What has not changed? What are some things in the last 20 years that have not changed for you? Write that down below. This is participation, so I'm ready and willing. Let's see it. What things have not changed in the last 20 years? Probably bedtime routine, right? You probably still brush your teeth, take a shower, go to bed. You probably, if you've been working that long, you've probably still doing a similar job, right? Probably. You probably like similar music, probably. Now things might have changed a little bit. Maybe you enjoy other musics, but I don't know about you. 20 years ago to now, did I still like Elton John and Billy Joel and AC/DC and what else? Metallica, UB40, Bob Marley. I still liked all those things. Liked them a lot still. Probably sleep. So the question that I have is, why is it that those things haven't changed, yet other things seem to change? Meaning, why is it that your likes, dislikes, and certain habits change when things are ever changing, yet some things don't change? Meaning some things do and some things don't. Why do you think that happens? I really want some answers here. So I see a couple of you guys on. Again, probably because you're not notified, which is very freaking obnoxious. But comment below, why is it that you think some things have changed over the course of time that you choose to change, and some things haven't, despite there being change in the economy and where you live and maybe some work and maybe some other things? Why do you think that is? Like, because I've always liked Disneyland. I've in the last not 20 years, I've enjoyed like Monster energy drinks. I like them. I like the taste of them. Now maybe the amount has changed, right? Drinking less, thank the Lord. But that has changed. So why is it that some things have changed, yet some things haven't? I see there's people on, so I please appreciate the participation with this, because it is important. Let's see it. Let me see if it's just delayed. I'll go on my Facebook. Turn it down the volume. All right. None. That's fine too. Okay. The reason, right, why some things have changed during change and some things have not changed during change, regardless of what they are, is one simple thing. It is potentially that you just haven't understood how to make them remain constant during change. Does that make sense? So like, despite chaos going and brewing around, whatever it was, let's say back in 2019 when was hitting the fan, right? Maybe 2020, early 2020 when stuff was hitting the fan, right? Why is it that some people continue to exercise and eat foods and things that were good and healthy, hit their targets, and other people chose not to? Why is it that when somebody is stressed, they go to alcohol or doing drugs versus talking to somebody about it, or finding a solution to a problem. Why are those two things, even though it's the same resolution you're trying to seek, why is it that one picks one over the other? It's probably because there's a skill missing in that area that will allow you to make it a constant. For me, as an example, it's not a matter of if I'm going to work out 4 to 5 times per week. It's that I am going to work out 4 to 5 times per week. Besides last week, I got freaking, kids sick and like that. I didn't feel good Friday. I was sick on Friday. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of that. It's not a matter of if I'm going to track my food. It's that I track my food. It's not a matter of if I put my kids to bed. It's that I put my kids to bed. It's not a matter of if I brush my teeth. It's that I brush my teeth. Does that make sense? Comment below that makes sense. That way we're clear. And again, I am looking for participation. So help a brother out here. Okay. So if it's a skill we're missing, or is it something that is impossible? Meaning when you are listening to reggae music, it is impossible to not smoke weed. That makes sense. Thank you. Is it impossible? Okay. Now, if you truly believe, and I mean this seriously, I don't mean this condescendingly. If you truly believe there's some things that are impossible to do, impossible, let's chat about it. And that's okay. We'll find a resource. We'll help you out. Because nothing is impossible to find. Okay. It is a skill to be able to be agile when things appear to be going sideways and you need something to remain constant, specifically something that helps you out. And the best way to get to that point is to outline it, I guess, in a story. Okay. This is actually a conversation I had. So I'll use this conversation. I won't say names. You don't need to know who was just here. Okay. Somebody was just here. I was having a conversation with them, and we were talking about what's been going on. And she'd been not doing some things that she said she was going to do, and that's fine. And she's like, "Oh, just this thing happened." I'm like, that's great. It looks like we're missing something. And so we started talking a little bit more, and I was like, "Hey, let me outline this story for you." It's like I had a coach. I don't know if you guys remember, 4 or 5 months ago now, maybe even longer than that. There was a gas shortage from these Russian hackers hacked a big oil gas refinery thing. I don't pretend like I know what it is. It's something like that, where they have a bunch of oil there, and these guys they had the oil. They just couldn't get the oil in the truck or some software thing. I don't know. And I have a coach that lives out there, and he was talking to me about that. He was like, I have, there's a lot of people freaking out here from this, but because I'm not affected by things, I cause things to happen for me, not to me. I already have gas. I already have gas cans in my house that are full of gas, and they sit there. And when I need them in an emergency situation, I will use it. And I think he recycles them like every 6 months. He'll fill his car up with one of the gas tanks, put it in his car, go get gas, fill that thing up, put a date on it, put it back in his house. He's like, so I always have gas, so I don't have to worry if there's a gas shortage. I've got 50 gallons in my house just waiting. That's two my cars full. And that's plenty, probably, with the amount of driving that I do, to last me a couple months. Well, that's freaking awesome. It's because he's causing things to happen. He's not affected by other things. And so when there's change, we can look and see, okay, is this change affecting me, or am I going to find a solution and be a cause? Meaning, I see this thing coming my way. What am I going to do to bat it and move it the other way? So in that example, he could be freaking out like other people, but since he's polarized, another thing we'll get into in a second, polarized and is a cause, he doesn't have to worry about those things because they don't bother him. He's already had the solution for it a while ago. And so the question then becomes, okay, when there's change and when there's things going down, what are some things that I need to do to make it to where I'm not affected by every little tiny change that's going on? Because we know change is going to happen, right? Again, look from even 2 weeks ago to now. Has there been any change? Yeah. A lot of change. Okay. Even today. Did you guys see what happened today or yesterday? Oh my gosh. First thing I've ever agreed with the administration on. Freaking A. They went and did some, they call it diplomatic sanction against China. It's freaking awesome. Dude said, hey, you guys are doing some pretty freaking nasty stuff over there. We're not sending any of our guys over to the Olympics. They're sending the athletes, but none of their diplomats over there to make goodwill. Not doing any of that. I'm like, good for you, man. Finally doing something, showing up, Maybe you guys love them. That's fine too. But I'm like, good for you. Friggin' A. You're making moves. That's awesome. So you're doing that. That didn't happen 2 weeks ago. I bet some of y'all don't even know what's happening in China right now. It's freaking insane. So anyway, beyond the other stuff that's happening in China, but there's that, right? There's going to be change every single second. And if every shift, every little bit of movement causes you to become an effect of something, you are the puppet to that sort of stimulus. And man, that is a place you do not want to be in at all. You don't want to live in that city. So to become a cause, a couple things you need to do. One is you need to be what's called polarized. And polarized means you need to have your thoughts pointed toward a specific outcome that you want, and it is a thing of being. Meaning, being is not fit. Fit is not a being. Fit requires work. Happy, healthy, abundant, grateful. What else? I don't know. Stuff like that. Okay. A state of being. You cannot have a being of fit. You can be healthy, spiritual, feel connected. You could feel loved. Those are states of being that don't require work. They require thoughts. So to be abundant, you can be, I'm so abundant. I have enough of everything. I've got enough love. I've got enough finances. I've got enough happiness. I've got enough of all of it. And in fact, I have too much, which means I need to spread it everywhere I'm at. Can you tell that's my word? That's my favorite one. Abundance, the best. I got enough for everybody. So I'm going to share it with as many people as possible, abundant. So you can do that and put all of your thoughts and intentions on how you're so abundant, how you're so happy, how you're so excited, how you're so loved. Finding ways to do that. Okay. Loved could be like, man, I'm loved by my kids. Look at this. My kids run to me when I go to the door. Oh my gosh. They're still like, Dad, run up and give me a hug. Oh my goodness. So amazing. Run towards those. Next, that's first thing, polarized. Another thing you can do. Number 2, and this is a way to help you find what kind of suits you best. When you are trying to solve a problem, if you are somebody that needs to get in your head and you find productive solutions to that problem, then meditating is going to help you get yourself in a polarized position. Meaning, when you're like, I want to be grateful, you sit down and just think of all the ways you're grateful. Listen to some good music, get yourself happy, good, without words probably in that sense. So you can just be surrounded by your thoughts. That's an amazing way to do it. Being internal is fantastic. I am not internal. If I do things internal, I become a freaking hurricane. Bad things happen to good people. So I'm external. I have to do motion. I have to do stuff. I exercise. I do jumping jacks in here. I walk. I listen to music and walk. I'll do stuff like that. I'll draw things out. I'll get things in front of me out of my head. That helps me more. Now, does that mean I'm right and you're wrong? No, it just means that's the way we operate. And whatever best suits us, best suits us, homie. But we need to find that thing, okay, to help us out. For solutions, for change. Second thing, okay, that helps you become polarized, especially if you're like, Why am I so abundant? You're doing movements. You're like, oh my gosh, look, I can move around. Some people can't even get out of bed, man. Look at me. I'm freaking moving. I got aches and pains. Well, who doesn't, man? I'm freaking 30 now. I got aches and pains. Whatever. Those sorts of things. That's number 2. Number 3, big thing you can do for number 3 is turn your have tos into get tos. Okay. So this person I was talking to, like, oh, I have to now do X, Y, Z. I'm like, what if you change it to get to? Like, I have to wake up at 5:30. My significant other wakes up multiple times at night, and I wake up every single time. I have to get up. I have to do these things. I'm like, well, what if it was get to? What if you get to go to bed with your significant other? Like, how many people don't have that? Like, well, a lot. I'm like, man, sounds pretty awesome. Sounds like a good deal to me. And they're like, yeah, it's just a little bit of a change. It's just, I'm like, I get it. I get it. But now that you get to go to bed with your significant other, but it is challenging because you two both have different sort of sleep patterns and things. What are some things you can do to improve your sleep? Since this individual is now in a cause, now that they get to go to bed instead of half effect, I get to go to bed with my significant other. Before, they couldn't figure out a solution to the problem. They had no idea. I don't know. I don't know what to do. For whatever reason, my significant other, they wake up at night, can't do things, can't do the whatever, I just can't figure out. I just got to get better sleep. But now that they get to do that magically, I'm like, come up with 3 things that you can do right now that'll help you get better sleep. Well, I can go to bed earlier. Fantastic. What would that do too? Well, if I would stop staying up until 10:30, I can go to bed at 9, wake up at 5:30. Gives me an hour more of my day. I'm like, yeah. And how often are you working out right now? Not enough. Here's your workout time. Boom. Now you get to work out too. Because then before you didn't have time. Now we got time. How freaking awesome. Simple solution. And the crazy thing is when you become a cause, when you're somebody who's making changes, look at that. I didn't have to tell this person the solution. They already had the solution. They knew the answer. They just needed to be in a different state. They needed to be in that cause sort of state, not an effect. Not an effect. Does that make sense? If you're with me, tell me this makes sense. And by the way, one thing for some of you guys that this is newish to me too. This whole cause and effect stuff I've spent a lot of time in it, but like newish is in like I've been doing with this for like the past 9 months or so. Actually longer than that, about a year now. But the difference here is that new is in time-wise, but not depth. But this stuff is all science-based. It's 100% science. It's not even like voodoo science. It's not hippy-dippy science. It's legit math, which is awesome. If we can increase your energy, like literal vibration energy, which you can see with putting things on you, we can see your brain vibrations at higher frequency when you're thinking of things in a better state. Magically, you can use more of your brain, which allows you to make better decisions. And you have all the answers, which is cool. We just need to find the right answers for you, which is really cool. So those 3 things, that's the best. And the 4th one is a big one. A big one is when things start changing. Let's say when in 2020, when things start shutting down, was it even an option for your kids to not have food? Was that even an option? The answer to that's probably no. Because when things started going sideways, was I nervous? Dude, you bet your butt, man. Like, I don't want to leave my kids. Dude, I freaking love my kids. And so when I went to the store, because I went to the store and got some things to make sure we got a deep freezer. We had it for a while, but I got a deep freezer, filled it with some stuff. Didn't buy any toilet paper, while everyone else was. Since I was a cause, I was like, what is it something we really need? Probably need some kid medicine. Untouched. So much kids medicine. It's insane. But the one thing I thought of, I'm like, I would eat chicken, rice, and that every single day if I have to. But my kids really love pancake sausage in the morning. And so I'm going to buy 3 of them muzz, and I'm going to have them. So if they go out, that's fine. I'm going to have those for my kids. That's what I did. So it wasn't an option for my kids to not have certain things. How can we make that an option for you in this area of your life? How, regardless of what's going on, doesn't matter. Could be World War III. How can you make it to where eating your targets and your fitness, doing that 3 times per week, is not an option? It's not a matter of if you do it. It's a matter that you do it. And that is how you really win. And so your homework for this, okay, and I would love for you to report back when you do it, is write down a scenario that would make fitness and nutrition a thing that is a no matter what, I'm going to do it. That it's on your non-negotiables, if you will. It's a non-negotiable that I brush my dang teeth. It's also non-negotiable that I hit my targets. It's also a non-negotiable that I work out 4 times per week. Non-negotiable. So I don't care if it's 8 o'clock at night on Friday and it's my second workout of the week that I need to do. Last time I checked, if I don't do it tonight, I will not be able to make my 4 workouts for the week. So it looks like I'm going to go work out. That doesn't happen, but if it were, it's exactly what I would do. Because it's not a matter of if I'm going to work out. It's that I work out. So that's your homework. Would love for you to write that down with your health, and make it as explicit, make it as vulgar, make it as emotional as possible, so that we can use that emotion that if I don't exercise and I have to go run up the stairs and try to save my kids in a fire, I cannot carry them down. I could never wake up another day without feeling complete and utter disgust and failure for me not being able to do that. And so when you wake up in the morning and you're like, do I want to work out today? And you have that thought in your head of, dude, if I don't work out, I'm not going to be able to carry my kids in a fire. Regardless of how crazy it might sound, are you going to work out? You bet your butt you're going to work out. 9 out of 9 times. Anyway, that's it for me. Have a freaking awesome day. Kick some butt. I will be getting back on with check-ins and things starting tomorrow. Today was booked out for this thing and for my trying to get this member thing published and rushed out to you. But that's it. Have a freaking awesome day, guys. Talk to you all soon.